Welcome everyone to German Tool Reviews. Today we have the Gedore 407 Hacksaw. I don't believe that Gedore specifically manufactures this model, but instead probably subcontracts it out to another hacksaw manufacturer with some Gedore specific brandings and colors. As noted on the label, this hacksaw is made in Italy. A quick note on the Gedore part numbering system. Each product has a model number and a part number or SKU. The model number will persist through the years, while the part number refers to a specific configuration of that model. Often there will be minor changes in the design that will require a part number change, but not necessarily a change in the model number. In this particular case, the model number is 407 and the part number is 1879375. Unpacking the saw, the first thing you will notice is that it is quite heavy for being a cast aluminum construction. The saw comes in at around 650 grams, or about 1 pound 7 ounces. A typical hacksaw would be in the 400 to 500 gram range, so this model is quite a bit heavier. The body of the saw is a single piece of cast aluminum with the Gedore logo cast right into the part. The opposite is marked with the model number 407. The surface appears to be powder coated with a light gray color and has overmolded rubber grips on the handle and on the end of the saw. It has quite an unusual mechanism to take the blade off, which is to turn the blue clamping element built into the handle. This will back out a bolt that tensions the blade. In addition to the blade mounting post for doing 90-degree cuts, there is also a set of posts that can be used to mount the blade at a 45-degree angle. I doubt that I would use this particular feature, but it's nice to know that it is there if I need it. Taking a closer look at the clamping mechanism, both pieces are made out of aluminum. The blue piece appears to be a cast piece, while the blade tensioner looks to be made out of extruded aluminum. The mounting posts are made out of zinc-plated steel. It looked to have been pressed in. The same is true for the mounting posts on the frame, but these ones are painted. The blue piece contains a hex insert for a M6 grade 5 equivalent bolt that goes into the threaded tensioning mechanism. The blade is a bimetal blade with model number 407A. It is the standard 12-inch hacksaw blade size, which is actually 12 3/8 inches in total length. The distance between the mounting holes is approximately 300 millimeters. The term bimetal, when referring to blades, indicates that it was constructed with two metals. Typically, the blade portion is made out of high-speed steel, and the body is made out of spring steel. I have noticed that from the design of the tightening mechanism, you need to perform a full rotation to get the blue pieces to line up, which would mean that you need to usually slightly over-tension the blade when installing it. I've made the decision to replace all of my older, cheaper tools with quality ones. Here is my existing hacksaw. I don't even remember when I got it, but it is made in the USA, so it's probably quite some time ago. There's not necessarily anything wrong with the old one, but I want to point out a couple of differences that make the Gedore model superior in many ways. Both of these have a 12-inch hacksaw blade installed. The first obvious difference is how much more compact the Gedore model is. This is because the blade clamping mechanism is much closer to the handle in the Gedore model, which allows it to be much shorter. The other thing you'll notice is that the older model is made up of multiple pieces, which allows it to be used on multiple size hacksaw blades. The Gedore model will only work with 12-inch blades. The older model also has a plastic handle, while the Gedore model has no plastic components at all. Finally, the Gedore model has rubber grips on both ends of the saw, which is extremely useful for starting a cut. To test out the cutting performance, I first used a small steel rod and had no issues starting it or getting through it. Next, I'll give it a slightly more challenging cut with this piece of 80mm extruded aluminum strut. Of course, you are going to get the requisite paint transfer from these types of blades, so if that is not desired, you may want to try another blade. Other than that, the cut was quite straight and smooth. It is definitely the most comfortable hacksaw I've ever used. To conclude, the things I like most about the Gedore 407 hacksaw are the grips on both ends, the compact form, and the beefy all-metal construction. They definitely designed this thing to last. If I had to point out any negatives, it would be that the edges of the rubber overmolding were not as clean as I thought they should be for a tool of this caliber. Also, the clamping design also makes over-tensioning inevitable, so hopefully your blades can handle that. Hopefully you enjoyed that look at the Gedore 407 hacksaw. I got the link in the description of the full review. There are also some affiliate links in the description if you feel the urge to pick this tool up. Have a good week, and I'll catch you guys next time.